Prince Harry's shock over going too far with King Bombshell as he faces consequences. Prince Harry might realize he went too far when discussing his father, the King's, health in a bombshell interview, according to an expert. It's been a week since the Duke of Sussex lost a Court of Appeal challenge over his security arrangements while in the UK and then gave an emotional interview, which would have left royal eyes rolling behind palace doors. In it, he claimed his father, the King, doesn't speak to him, said he could not see a world where he would bring his children to visit the UK, and declared he felt he had been stitched up. In one part of the chat with the BBC, which is particularly said to have raised eyebrows, is when he touched on the health of his father, who is still being treated for cancer. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. He said, "Life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff, but it would be nice to reconcile." But with emotions still seemingly running high amid Harry's rift with his royal relatives, former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond believes Harry may now realize the consequences of what he said. She told the Mirror, "I suspect that Harry said more than he had perhaps intended because he was consumed with anger that the court decision had gone against him. When the court ruling didn't go his way, he was, in his own words, gutted and devastated. And he was clearly seething with fury. And that is rarely the best time to air your thoughts." Prince Harry reveals his candid wish for Invictus Games at 10 years. Prince Harry's greatest wish for the Invictus Games is that there will no longer be a need for the adaptive sports tournament for veterans who are wounded, injured, or sick. Speaking exclusively to people at the Invictus Games Vancouver Whistler 2025 on February 9th, the Duke of Sussex shared his sincere hope for the event he founded a decade ago. "I wish that we could close this down because there wasn't a need for it. But as long as there's a need for it, we will keep it going," Prince Harry says. "I know the UK is looking forward to having the Games back, to where it started, in just over a couple years," he adds, referring to Invictus' next edition in Birmingham, England, in 2027. Harry, a former captain in the British Army, launched the international competition as a support for service members and veterans in London in 2014, making last year Invictus' 10th anniversary. It's amazing how after 10 years that we're still doing this, that we still need to do this. We will continue the Games for as long as it's needed, and the need is increasing, rather than reducing, Prince Harry tells people about marking the milestone. So the fact that there will be a full cycle back in 2027 back to the UK is a place that I never thought we would be. The Duke of Sussex was in his element on the ground at the Invictus Games in Vancouver and Whistler, where he was supported by wife Meghan Markle and spent much time with competitors. "It is full of positivity," a friend of the couple says. "Harry is walking around with a big smile on his face, and he can't go very far without being stopped every few seconds. But that's what it's all about." For Harry, the team behind the scenes of the Invictus Games is equally dear. The latest iteration was years in the making, with over 500 athletes from 23 countries convening in Canada to go for the gold on the court, ice, and slopes. From a personal aspect, I'm just really grateful and proud for everybody who has been involved in the planning and the organization. So many people said to me after the opening ceremony, "How do you guys keep this going? With the world the way that it is? With the financial piece to this, how do you keep this going?" I said, "With a really, really strong team behind it and people all over the world who know the value of putting something like this on," he tells people. "Not just by creating the platform and the focus for the veterans and their families, the service personnel and their families, and the community, but also by what that signifies and represents to the rest of the world. I think that, to me, is the most important piece," the Duke says. Prince Harry preparing for Canada trip as Invictus Games continues to plug tickets. Prince Harry is currently preparing for his Canada trip as the Invictus Games continues to plug tickets. The Duke of Sussex will head to Vancouver Whistler on February 8th for the Games, which are set to end on February 16th. It is not currently known if Meghan Markle will attend the Games alongside Harry. However, she did accompany the Duke of Sussex to Canada this time last year to promote the event. She also teased that the couple's children, Prince Archie, 5, and Princess Lilibet, 3, could make an appearance in Canada. The Duchess told Invictus Games athletes that she can't wait to bring Archie and Lilibet to the tournament. In addition, a source told The Express, Harry and Meghan are planning to take Archie and Lilibet to help promote a new family-friendly Invictus Games. This comes as the Invictus Games continues to plug tickets on social media for the opening ceremony. Prince Harry's ex-girlfriend Cressida Bonos is pregnant, conceived second baby with frozen embryo. On January 9th, Prince Harry's ex-girlfriend announced that she is pregnant with her second baby in an essay for The Spectator magazine. The child will be the second for Cressida, 35, and her husband Harry Wentworth Stanley, who she married in 2020 and with whom she shares a son, Wilbur, 2. I am now well into my second pregnancy. Having conceived through IVF the first time, we were fortunate to have another embryo stored away in a freezer. This second pregnancy is very different from the first, partly because I've been battling morning sickness, the actress and model wrote. I've never had it before and now feel like I've been swaying on a boat for months. Cressida described her second pregnancy as less consuming than the first, mentioning that she tried to detect the baby's heartbeat from bed. The Fear Itself podcast host also joked that she didn't compare her unborn baby's size to items in my fruit bowl each day via a popular pregnancy app. Only the couple's original Netflix documentary, Harry and Meghan, has achieved higher viewing figures, with 3.4 million trailer views, Newsweek reports. On X, formerly Twitter, the disparity in engagement was even more pronounced, with Love, Meghan accumulating 47 million views and 65,000 likes. In contrast, Harry's Polo trailer received just 684,000 views on the platform, while Heart of Invictus managed 1 million views. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.